Alright everybody, welcome back to another video. The snow has officially melted here. No, I'm just kidding, that's actually crushed ice from my cooler. Listen, I'm taking you all on a wild adventure. I'm back, it's your favorite idiot, CJ Faison, and overall, this is another yet dumb idea that I have. So I'm taking my van, I'm actually loading it up and getting it all cleaned out today and everything. I'm gonna be taking all of you on an adventure with me. I've reserved a camping spot inside the Pine Barrens, and yeah, I am headed back because it was a split decision. If you narrowed this screen right in half, like split it right in half of the people were like, yeah, CJ, we would love for you to go back and almost get killed in the woods and stalked. Yeah, whatever. And then the other half is like, oh, CJ, please don't go back. So here I am in the middle, giving both of you all what you want. And let me just go ahead and tell you this. I'm headed back to my original campsite that I went to the very first time with this van. And that is where human interaction happened. Now, the good thing is I have listened to a lot of you in the comments section, and we're like, CJ, can you put cameras around your van? I do have the suction cup GoPro mounts. Now, the GoPro batteries usually last about 2 hours. So when I do go to sleep, I will be, at least putting them on. I do have my side lights out here and all of that. And yeah, that's what's gonna illuminate the area around me. And hopefully I don't have any problems. Me personally, I have an idea of where someone could be hiding within these woods. There's another trail that a lot of you pointed out in the original video that were like, CJ, you have to go down this trail because this is where people could be hiding. And then I got an email from, I guess this was 2 or 3 weeks ago now, the email stating that this lady and her daughter used to ride horses all over in the Pine Barrens, and they had a really sketchy situation. And she also pointed out in another email that she followed up with after she saw the video that I featured her in, and was like, CJ, there's this trail system that we know about that we've taken our bikes down before. We recommend you go check that out. There's also a spot off to the right near the creek where it looks like someone could set up camp, and that could be a potential spot that someone could literally mess with you, run back, hide, and you would never even know they're there. So yeah, all crazy stuff, obviously, but tonight I'm gonna push my luck again. I'm solo, I'm all alone, I'm doing this all alone. I no longer have a videographer. I'm my own videographer, I'm my own editor, I'm my own producer of the content and the graphics and the titles and everything that you see. All of it's me. And this is kind of going back to basics. Like, I actually tried to grow this YouTube channel and build out all of these sectors of content and videographers and editors and everything. And at the end of the day, I just can't quite get what I want out of, me telling other people what I want and what I need. It's just easier if I film it, if I edit it and produce it myself. And that's exactly what I'm going back to. And that's why I bought this van. It's literally just me and all of you on a road trip, on these camping adventures together. And to be honest with you, I think I'm half stupid sometimes for going on these adventures alone, but I kind of feel like you all are there because I feel like, okay, this product, the product being the video, is gonna be watched by all of you. So enough blabbing on. What could possibly go wrong tonight? Let's find out now on another episode of your favorite idiot. Episode 3 of van camping. Let's go. All right, so tonight I'm running pretty minimal on supplies that I'm at least bringing. So I've got my meals, they're already in here. I've got some camera gear. I've obviously got my Starlink, all of that good stuff. But then I've got my rack here on the back where I'm gonna put my bike. But literally, I mean, again, I've been running solo ever since I bought this van. I've had, like I said, I've had no videographer, no editor, anything. And that's why I bought the van. I'm like, I'm going back to basics. And I'm trying to keep as minimal stuff in here as possible. And that's why you're seeing, just a couple of cases, a book bag, and my handy dandy Starlink Mini. I don't go anywhere without that. I really don't. All right, and just like that, I'm here. I am alone in this campground. This is it's kind of surreal. Like, I can't lie to you, last time that I came here, which was like the first time with the actual van, like the maiden voyage with the van, this was an area where I didn't quite get here with daytime in mind. So it was pretty much dark by the time I did get here, which sucked. So I couldn't really see a whole lot around me, but I knew kind of enough of the layout of the area because me, Chris, and Dylan, actually, we camped out way back there a couple of times. Not in the van, obviously, but just in like regular tent camping. Now, I'm gonna say this because, well, a lot of people are gonna comment this. CJ, why don't you check all of the outhouses? Well, all of the outhouses, there's only 2 or 3 that I know of. That one right there, and then that one right over there in between those trees. And I think there may be a 3rd one somewhere up in there, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm gonna go look. But there is a trail in between that outhouse right there and the entrance up there as well. That's the trail that that lady had emailed me. I'm gonna refrain her name. I will say her, I don't even know if I need to say her first name, but anyway, I'm gonna leave all that out of it. But tonight, I'm, you know, listen, I've got the red bike. It's charged up, and listen, we're all gonna go on an adventure together. I'm gonna take you right along with me. And I was also thinking about doing something where I do like, I don't know if y'all watched the last video of me at the haunted farm that I own. That there, when I bought that, I had no expectations of like how I wanted to do things. But in the last video that I just posted, the video right before this one, I should say, I actually got in inside of a box, right? And I stayed in there for like 30, 45 minutes, something crazy, and had a lot of wild stuff going on. And I'm trying to think to myself, I'm like, what can I do in the woods that challenges myself to that? So I have an idea. And tonight, I'm gonna go deep in the woods, and I'm gonna go with an infrared camera and sit there in the dark and just listen. So again, I'm pushing the limits for you all, but before I get into that, the most important thing that I have to do in this video, well, second most important thing I have to do in this video, let's go ahead and roll it. All right, everybody, it is Black Friday, and you know what that means? I own the company Motivated Eyewear, and I'm giving you all a massive discount and access to new products such as the Motivated Eyewear mystery box, as you're seeing right here. This thing is absolutely decked out, full of unreleased merch. There's a minimum of 2 pairs of new unreleased eyewear and sunglasses in here. Also, pick your shirt size because we're going to be slipping some stuff in there, whether it's a shirt, a hoodie, it might be a jacket, whatever it is. There is a ton of products put in this, over $125 worth, and you're getting it for less than that, way less than that, almost half of that price. And you can use promo code MYSTERY24 at checkout, and that's gonna get you 20% off your entire order. We're already losing money on this, and we're gonna be losing money on a lot of orders, but it's okay. We have all kinds of new merch that just came out. So without further ado, let's get going. Let's get back into this video. And everybody who orders merch for the next 7 days, y'all are gonna be getting a shout out in the next upcoming videos. All right, everybody, I'm gonna go on a little adventure bike ride here and go check out that trail that's over that way before it gets too terribly dark. And well, I mean, if that's a place that someone can hide, we're gonna find out. If not, then that email was a little bogus, but it's okay. I mean, thus far, everything that has been said in that email has pretty much been spot on. So I can't really say that, you know, hey, this lady's a liar, because I've experienced some of the same stuff she has and vice versa. Also, for everybody asking and everybody wondering, yes, the van door is shut, it's locked, we're good. Like, look, see, it's all locked, I told you. All right, take this bad boy off here. Oh man, ooh, that was about to get ugly. Oh man. All right, let's go hit this trail over here, everybody. I'm gonna take a spin around here really quick so everybody can get the lay of the land. There's a lot of new viewers who have obviously been introduced to the channel here. First off, welcome. And then second of all, this is the Pine Barrens, some of the most haunted forests in all of the East Coast. Over there is a river that runs along there. People say that, I don't know how, I think it's kind of bogus too, that people are always like, oh yeah, people take like chest waders and wade through the waters and all this kind of stuff. And I mean, honestly, I've always been like, I don't know if that's true or not, but you know, who am I to say about people's stories and everything? So it is what it is. I'm trying to remember. No, that's not the trail. There's a trail up here, I believe. that is this it? Oh yeah, this is it right here. Looks like somebody's already been back here. Oh yeah, look at that. That was some horse doo-doo back there, I think. I don't know. Almost looks swampy back here. Oh yeah, there's horse droppings all through this back here. So I say this in every video, and if you're a returning viewer, I'm sorry for like repeating myself, but for all the new viewers, the Pine Barrens, like, let's talk about this for a second here. I guess this is kind of an area where you could... So the trail goes that way there, and I guess she was talking about they ride their horses, and she thought like this, there was like a pull-off spot area or something where people could potentially be hiding, like they could run back and forth from the campground up there back here. I mean, that area back there could potentially be it. I don't know. Man, that's some horse doo-doo there. God almighty. But anyway, talking about the Pine Barrens here. This is one of the most haunted forests because of the mob days back in like Atlantic City and whatnot. You know, obviously rumors of mob activity happen back here quite frequently. And I mean, as the story goes, they took care of business out here. I'm not really sure, you know, and a lot of it is rumor. There have been bodies found there. I think, I will correct it if it's wrong. Okay, yeah, she's definitely correct in that email. This is definitely a place where somebody could post up, camp out, and I mean, you would not even know it. This actually would be perfect right here. Yeah, access to the water right there if you want to do a little sneak attack action. But yeah, so what I was saying was, I might put the article up on screen right now. And that article that's from the, not too long ago, only a couple of years ago, they actually found I believe it was a husband and wife, dead here in the woods. They found their bodies or something. I don't know the full story on it. I just, listen, I've got a lot going on in my head. So remembering all that kind of stuff is a little difficult for me sometimes. But yeah, I do believe that they were found back here in the Pine Barrens. Now the Pine Barrens is massive. It is huge. And like a lot of people say, you know, it's easy to get lost back here. A lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, get turned around and confused of where they're at. And I mean, rightfully so, because you see how this trail is going. There's other trails, like bike trails, that you could be going down, and there's like a three-way split, and you can go left, straight, right, and this one leads back to that one, but that one goes way over there. It's just really confusing. But yeah, kind of going back here like this is ultimately this is just a spot for me to ride the bike, kind of check out the lay of the land. Oh yeah, this lady's email's spot on. Look at this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is yeah. This is somebody's campfire right here at one point in time. Doesn't seem warm, isn't smoking. But as you can see, this would be the perfect spot. Like if you wanted to run back and forth between the campground and, you know, be basically off the grid, this is where it happens at. And there's also these people that live back here in the woods. It's like rumored to be like a bunch of homeless people that live back here and, you know, kind of not necessarily stalk people, but they're definitely keep an eye on things, and they're called Pineys. Now, some people who live back here in the Pine Barrens who have like actual home addresses and houses, they call themselves Pineys as well. But It's the homeless encampment and population out here, and the people who are trying to live off of the grid. What the hell is that? There's something white just moved in between those trees right there, and I can see it. That person is crouched down. The person's crouched down. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, this isn't sketchy at all. What the hell? But see all these areas that you could like just literally go off the grid and camp for weeks at a time. Like, who's gonna question you? See, what is that? Go over here for a second and just pretend like I'm not looking over there, but there is 155% a person over there. Pretend like I'm looking at the water. I don't know where that person went, but I'm telling you all, that was a person. And if it wasn't a person, that was a damn ghost, and that was very, very clear and vivid. Okay, so right here we have a major issue with the GoPro audio. Now this is my screen while I'm editing this exact video. Now what you're gonna see right here, if you look at the second line down there, it looks like little peaks and valleys and like little mountains. That's audio. And obviously right after I opened up my phone to check the GoPro angle using the GoPro app, it killed all of the audio, which absolutely sucks. So I'm gonna continue on this video. I'm gonna narrate a lot of this for you because this is some integral stuff. And as you can see, I'm still looking at the angle of my GoPro, trying to make sure what I'm looking at and seeing out there can be seen by all of you when I bring this video into editing. So yeah, this pretty much sucked, okay? At this point in time, there's a lot going through my head. I'm thinking of some mob stories that you know, were quite disturbing. Listen, I could share hundreds of stories while we're out here. You know, me and my friends have come out here and shared some mob stories, but while I'm out here right now, I could share 100 of them with you. Some of the scariest stuff I've probably ever heard has been here in the Pine Barrens. Now, going along this trail right here, this was really important because the lady's email that was riding the horse, she was like, hey, listen, CJ, there are spots all behind that one campground that you went to, and they're open areas, just like you know, you're seeing right here in this video. And they could pitch up a tent, they could be hiding there, or better yet, like you previously saw, they could even be entering by boat, kayak, canoe, whatever. Now, it's a little strange to me, but it's not at the same time, why there is so many open spots to the right and to the left. Now, you're not technically supposed to camp there, but obviously, as you all saw previously too, there was a campfire. And I mean, let's just talk about this for a second. You're riding down this creepy trail, you're told that people are back here, and I'm gonna touch on one thing. The Pineys, they are supposedly like they know this place like the back of their hands, right? But there is rumors that, you know, back in the mob days, now obviously, hang on one second right here. Obviously you see there's a lot of, I mean, to me, it looks like car tires. You can see the tread patterns. I don't know how they're fitting down that trail, but apparently they are. You know, in my opinion, this is a bike path. It's just wide enough to be a bike path. I'm not sure how you're getting a car through there. But continuing on here, I wanted to bring up something that I thought was really important. Back in the day, there was 2 trash companies. One was in New York City, and then one was also in the Atlantic City area, which is about an hour and a half from each other. Now, there was disputes about a landfill that was supposed to go in the Pine Barrens at one point and be huge. Well, it was supposed to be owned by the trash company from New York, but the Atlantic City trash company, the mob, they didn't like that. So there was disputes, and apparently there was a kidnapping of someone's brother-in-law, something along those lines. The story is vague, but I mean, you can look it up and pretty much find it. But you know, back in the day, this whole area was nothing but mob run, pretty much. I mean, you hear the Vegas deserts and all of that. This is like the East Coast Vegas desert but forest area. Okay, so here I am. I'm coming up on this road right now. And this is important to note. This is actually the main road that I come in on. And I'm trying to get my bearings about me because I'm like, oh man, I thought I would be like way further or way closer to my campsite, but I was way further away. If you've ever been to the Pine Barrens and the Pinelands, you would obviously know around about where this would be. So I start heading back in on this trail. And around this time, I'm going to get up here. I'm going to turn right on one of these trails. But right before I make a right, I slow down a little bit. And I'm like, oh, that was a little weird. I'm starting to hear someone yell in the distance. And I freaking wish I had audio. So instead of going up further to the left of your screen right now, that's where I felt like I was hearing things. And now I'm going a little faster. I kind of look to my right. I'm like, oh geez, there's now someone to the right of me. I'm panicking. Now, I'm man enough to admit, you can see this is the fastest I've gone. There's obviously limbs and trees and all that kind of stuff that's down. Next time I will angle the GoPro up for everyone to see. But off to my right, this is where something really bad is about to happen. Now, I'm starting to notice that there are trees laid across this trail randomly. So think about it. I mean, it could be innocent, right? Or it could be something. Now, I come into this open area, and I'm looking to my right, and I'm looking to my left, because now I'm hearing yelling again. All right? And I'm like, okay, it sounded like it was from there. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. You know me, I'm talking it along. And now I'm feeling like I'm hearing it over here, but I cannot see anyone. Okay? Now, all of these bushes that you're seeing in between the trees, they range from about 2 feet to 2.5, 3 feet in height. So easily someone could crouch down after they yell. And we're getting up here. Hang on a second. This is, it all starts to really go wrong here in just a second. In just a few minutes, I should say. So as I'm going through here, I'm noticing that this path that I'm on is, it kind of looks like you're on a path, and it doesn't. And then it opens back up again to this. It's like, oh, okay, cool. This is a path. Now I heard someone yell again, so I start to speed up. And I'm noticing that big down tree over there to the left that's got my attention. But as you can tell, I'm like, okay, let's speed it up just a little bit more here. I'm kind of panicking. And now I'm noticing, wow, there's down trees across this one trail again. Now that's probably about the 3rd tree that I've seen. Now I'm really starting to motor because I don't know exactly why I felt like someone was chasing me, but it felt like that. So I get a little further up here, and I'm like, uh-oh, what is this? Here's another tree across this trail, okay? Now, mind you, what's about to happen in this video right here, if this was at night and I was panicking and I'm flying through here on a mountain bike or this bike that I have here, you're gonna go end over end off the front handles of that bike. So now, let's go up here a little bit more. Boom, another tree, and it's like they are strategically placed. Now, this one was so big that I actually had to kind of lift my bike over it. But I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, well, if anybody's out here, then, you know, this is going to be rough trying to get through here really quickly. There's briars to the left and to the right of you, so it's not like you can really go off trail. Now, boom, right here, there was gunshots. I don't know if this was strategic or not, but the gunshot is to the left. If you're looking at this video, it's over on the left-hand side, and now I'm hearing people on the right-hand side over here. So now I'm turning my attention to where I heard the gunshot. Now, this could, I'm trying to be strategic about this. I am absolutely shitting my pants right now because there's a tree in front of me that I have to get my bike over, and there's a tree behind me. So now if I get up and try to go, it's going to be very, very tough and difficult to do so. I'm panicked. I'm like, okay, what do I do? I've got no cell phone reception. It's the Pine Barrens. I'm screwed. Now I'm looking out, and I'm just kind of gazing, trying to look for any movement up top. I am crouched down. I took my helmet off because, quite frankly, it is bright yellow. And I stand out like a sore thumb. That little thing blinking on my vest right there too is it's a heated vest. So it's not like somebody has a laser beam on me or anything. So I'm starting to get up. I'm looking around. I'm absolutely mortified at this point. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, maybe they're hunting. And then it reminded myself that this is not hunting, or it is hunting season, but not in this area of the Pinelands. So I'm looking around a little bit more. I'm yelling, hello. I'm just mountain biking. Please don't shoot. I mean, I hate to even admit this, but like I'm unarmed. I'm in a different state. So I go ahead and I put my helmet back on, which it's bright yellow. You all have seen it in previous videos. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm good. If they see this, they're not going to think like I'm a deer or anything like that. Then I find, okay, there is a little trail up and around that someone's made. No problem. Now I'm getting back on the main trail. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna scoot on out of here as fast as I can. Here's what's tripping me up more than anything. Another set of down trees. And I think this is kind of where I was like, okay, is there a possibility that people are here in the woods and they're trying to chase people, scare people, whatever? I don't know. But it just seems all too coincidental. Now I understand there's trees down in every forest. Now right here, this is when I heard the words, "You better go." And I froze. I froze in fear. And I'm like, what the hell do I do? So I get off the bike for a second and I'm like, okay, I could continue going, but I'm thinking, okay, if there's a gunshot on one side of the forest, there's people talking and yelling on the other side. That's why I'm looking back and forth. I'm like, okay, maybe they're talking to each other or there's a dispute. I don't know, but I'm not trying to get in the middle of it. So anyway, I hop back on my bike like a good little boy. And here again is another tree. Now this one's big. And I didn't see it, but off to the right, there was actually a trail. And obviously I could have gone around that, but I did not see that at that time. I'm in a panic mode. I'm not in, trail finding mode right now. And I kind of figured that the way that I was going, and if you followed along, that the road is to my right and the campsite should be somewhere up and to my left. Now I come into this area right here, not noticing that I have actually driven through this portion of the Pine Barrens before. And that's what makes this so kind of crazy and unique, is I'm like, okay, this looks familiar. So as I'm going along, okay, I can see the road to the right, and then up ahead, this is actually there's like two road entrances that run right to left. And to the left, about, I don't know, maybe a quarter to half a mile, that's where my camper is. And then I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, well, if I'm gonna ride my bike around here tonight, what I should probably do is explore some of these trails off to my right-hand side. So I'm doing this now. Whether this was a smart idea, a dumb idea, that's to be determined mainly by you. You all are the judge and jury of my videos. But I'm headed into this section where there are multiple bike trails and whatnot, or it looks like there is. So I see this little trail to my left, and I'm like, this kind of looks fun. Let's go check this out. The other one looks like kind of like an access road that leads back to the main road. So right now I'm headed away from that road that I just split. And for no rhyme or reason, I was just kind of going fast through here, trying to cover as much ground as possible. And that's when I noticed, boom, it looks like all of these trees caught on fire, but they only burnt like 6, 8, 10 feet up, and they stopped. And then I noticed that trail to my left, and there's another down tree ahead of me right there, as you can see. That's across that trail. Again, might not be no rhyme or reason to it. It clearly could be very, very, very innocent, and I don't know. But that's, again, you all are the judge and jury of these videos. Inspecting the trees right now, and that was when I started to notice, I'm like, this is really odd that one side of the forest is burnt and not the other. And some trees are burned on one side and some trees aren't, and some trees are burnt all the way around. And I think it could be forest control. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's just what I was thinking. So now, I'm headed down this bike trail, and this is where it gets really interesting, okay? Because I don't know the Pine Barrens as good as someone who obviously lives here or is exploring every single day. I've only been here a fair share enough of times where I'm like, okay, I kind of have like a little bit of an idea of where this trail is going to lead. I did not realize that the further I went down this trail, I was headed to a spot that it's very peculiar, I guess you would say. Now, this is somewhere I did not expect this to go. Now, at this current time, when I pop out of this tree line right here, I actually had no clue where I was. But a little bit later on, I'm going to start to put two and two together. So as I come out here, I'm wondering, wow, this is a random big open field. It's really kind of crazy and cool looking at the same time, I guess. But it definitely looks like a little bit of a hangout, possibly a campsite area of some sort. If people want to, kind of hang out and camp, whatever. This kind of has that feel to it. But it also has the feel of, hey, I would take someone back here and do something that might not be the greatest thing. And I was thinking, I'm like, oh my gosh, just kind of describe some of the mob area that they would use, like some of this open area. So anyway, I'm pointing over there because I swore I heard people yelling. Now again, I'm on the other side of the road of where I was before, on the other side of the campground. So I start going down like this little road that runs straight in the middle of this open field. This is a dumb idea, by the way. Do not do this at home. This is completely stupid. As you can probably watch this video and you're probably screaming on your couch right now, I'm probably doing the same thing. If you're ever in an open field like this, my biggest piece of advice to you is do not go through the center of the field. You have tree lines on your right, left, front, and rear of you. And there's also thick sand that this electric bike is not doing so great in. I stopped right here because I found this pretty interesting, okay? This right here, it looked like some type of animal was digging. Now, what they're digging for, I was not going to find out. But if you want me to come back, I will take a shovel and I will dig in that area. Just obviously something is buried there of interest because it also looked like it was pretty fresh. I don't know. Put your opinion in the comment section below. Now, again, I'm still doing this voiceover. And if you jumped around within this video, none of this is going to make sense why I'm voiceovering this, but losing the GoPro audio was the worst case scenario for this because it was a clear depiction of people yelling, a gunshot, more yelling, more voices. But again, I'm thinking to myself the whole time I'm out here, I'm like, I have not seen a single person out here. No one's camping. No one's doing anything. It's just me. It's a random Monday night, Tuesday night, something like that. And I'm just out here camping. And I'm out here to explore the unknown, push my lucks and limits, and maybe find something paranormal. I don't know. So in this area here, I thought this was probably one of the most interesting because what was going on here is it sounded like there was a car running in the distance, but I could not tell what direction it was. It kind of just sounded like I was surrounded by one massive vehicle in the distance, and it was running. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe it's just another person. Maybe they're camping out here. Not really sure. Now, I'm glad that I did this right here because what I did do was I proved to myself and my mental health at that point that, hey, listen, no one else is out here camping. Now, there is remnants of people who have camped here before, but right now no one's camping. And especially if I went down to the right on this road right here, like if I turned around, that actually leads to a bridge that I filmed on multiple times out here in the Pine Barrens. I'm just kind of taking in and basking the beauty right now. At this point, I don't hear the car, so I'm thinking, okay, maybe the car was deeper in the woods, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, there's a bike trail to my right. The road leads back that way, so my campsite, perfect. It must be straight ahead. And as you probably can tell from watching this video, sometimes, I'm just saying sometimes things work out in weird ways. The next couple of parts in this video, things worked out. And I truly believe that things worked out into my favor. There was a lot of things that's going to happen later on in this video that I can't explain, but I have my theories about it. And I'm going to recap all of this too. I know this is a lot to take in for all of you. I hope you're enjoying the beautiful, elegant bike ride that I'm on right now, using some of these cool bike trails that the Pine Barrens has to offer. But I will tell you, I saw the river over here on my right, or the creek. I'm going to call it a river because it's pretty damn deep. And the river over here on my right, I knew that had to lead to my campsite, because I knew that my campsite is right along the river, and the main road would be, I'm assuming, if I headed straight, because now I pretty much know where I am. And once I did this, I promised myself, okay, when I get back, I'm going to grab a little bite to eat, I'm going to chill. I can see my van there through those trees, and yeah, I've pretty much made it back to the van at this point. I'm looking around because I'm like, okay, there's got to be someone parked around here somewhere. I can't see people walking around the Pine Barrens at, you know, daytime, nighttime, whatever, without transportation. Unless they're on a bike like mine, I truly can look all of you in the face and say, I don't know how the hell they get around. So here I am, back to the camper. And yeah, congratulations everybody, because this night gets really wild from here. Okay. It's cold outside. I got this vest here and it actually like heats up and everything, so I'm gonna turn that on and off throughout the night. But let me just tell you, I was getting cold out there, so luckily I've got some gloves. But I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna eat some dinner tonight, and I did stop at Wawa, grab me like a, you know, just a normal sandwich, nothing too crazy or special. But yeah, it's time to eat. Time to eat. Listen, I'm not trying to, like, sometimes when stuff happens in my video, right, I overreact a little bit. Maybe not overreact, maybe that's not the right terminology, but I think it through too much, right? I put too much thought into it. The shooting that I heard, or like the one gunshot, it's not like, you know, somebody fired off like a 1,000 rounds at me. It just sounded like a single shot. And to me, that is like, okay, maybe somebody's hunting out here, but they're not supposed to be hunting at all. There's signs everywhere about that. There's like designated areas just for that activity. But I truly feel that, like, maybe somebody was just sighting in a rifle or something, and that's what it was. So until I hear it again or hear something different, that's kind of what I'm going with. I've got the heat cranking right now. I think you guys can probably hear it in the background, and it feels really good in here. So this will be a nice meal to have with all of you here on YouTube, baby. Oh, so as I was eating dinner, I kept hearing like a helicopter flying by, and I'm not 100% sure why, but it sounded like it was circling for a couple of minutes. There is like a big military base, I don't know, probably 20 or 25 miles from here, and sometimes the planes are flying over and you can hear them. But what I was hearing was the helicopter went by the first time, and I'm like, okay, no big deal, whatever. And then it flew by a second and third time, and when I got out my flight radar app, you couldn't even see the helicopter on the app. So I'm assuming it's something military, but I don't know why they would be. I think it's a car coming. Put a put my gloves on. I got right here, and we're gonna go for a ride down that trail. I had heard something right after the car that I heard. Right after that, it sounded like there was voices back there in that vicinity. So don't try this at home. This is against my better judgment. The van is 100% locked. Just to show you all, I'm not an idiot. See, it's locked. That's all that matters. I'm getting better at this, guys. I'm getting way better at this. I'm gonna do like a brief scope of the campground really quick. Those campsite reflectors get me every single time. Every time. Dang, that campsite there, they were trying to burn some serious wood. Oh shit. There's car lights. They just turned them off. I fucking knew I heard somebody back here. Alright, I'm gonna try something different here, y'all. Okay, so I packed the van up, and in my thought process and in my head right now, as this video is rolling, I'm like, I've been to the Pine Barrens 3 times now with this van. All 3 times I've been messed with, I've either been stalked, my equipment has been tampered with, or something. There's something to this. Now, what it is, I have no idea. But there's something to this. There's something obviously going on. Now, I don't know if this is like locals' way of scaring people, especially in the wintertime when there's not a whole lot of people camping. But there's not been campers. Any of the times that I've gone camping, there's never been campers there. Now, granted, I do go mostly during the week, like a Sunday or Monday or maybe even a Thursday, but this was really weird. So as I'm driving through here, from this section right here,
until about another 150 yards is where I presumed that light, when I was on the e-bike, that light was in the distance somewhere around here. So I'm looking for a parked car, a bicycle, at this point, anything that would indicate, hey, there's someone out here and they're trying to figure out what I'm doing and I'm trying to figure out what they're doing. I don't know, but it all could be a big misunderstanding. But at the end of the day, my gut was telling me, CJ, pack this up, leave, go find another campsite somewhere else. And typically you have to book a campsite online at one of their like proper camping areas, but at this point I'm like, no, I'm getting a video in. I'm very frustrated and mad kind of at this point, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm gonna go and finish out this video somewhere else. But where that somewhere else is, I didn't really have a clue at that point, but I was gonna figure it out. Now as I'm coming up here to the main road, I'm still not seeing anything that would indicate a vehicle or a person or anything along those lines. And people could be on e-bikes. They really could. They could be on an e-bike. That's a way to get around the woods really, really quickly. So as I make my way up here to this road, I'm trying to decide, okay, do I turn right? Do I turn left? Do I go straight? I decided to turn left. Now, my reason being is down to the left, there are some dirt roads and some cutoff areas and trails and whatnot. So I finally decided, all right, I'm going to turn left. I'm going to head that way. So again, if you all have seen anything in the background of this video, now's the time to pause your video, comment below, let me know. And even if you haven't, I want you to pause your video right now. Please, please, please do this. Write me a paragraph. What is your thought process on all of this? What is going on inside of the Pine Barrens? Why is it so creepy? Why is it so crazy all the damn time? I want your opinions. I want your suggestions and your thought processes on all of this. So I see this road up here to the right. You can kind of see the dirt road right off to the right there. And I was like, do I pull in there? Do I turn around in there? Do I go the other direction? I'm just trying to replay in my head. I'm like, okay, maybe I go back down the trail that I just came out of that led here to this main road. And then I got thinking, I'm like, all right, well, maybe that's not the smartest thing, because there's only one way in, one way out on that trail section right there leading to that campground I'm staying at. And I'm really confused. I just paused right here in the middle of the road, and I hate to even admit it, but I stopped there, and I'm trying to think in my head. I'm like, what am I overthinking this? Like, what in the hell is going on back here? I even had the thought process at one time of, listen, I'll just go home and sleep in my own bed and, call this a night and never post this footage. But on the other hand, I'm like, listen, I owe you all to investigate this a little bit more. I owe you all for a video. And so anyway, I kept on going down the road, and you're gonna see like a dirt road starting right up here. This is actually the area in which I had turned around completely. So I get up here and I turn around, and this is what brings me to the creepiest part of this video. Now I'm headed down this road. Now in the distance, look straight down this road, you're gonna see headlights. It's two sets of headlights right there off in the distance, not just one vehicle. Boom, there's the first one. So I got thinking at this point, I'm like, all right, this could just be an innocent person driving around exploring the Pine Barrens. But once I get a little bit closer, I noticed, there are two vehicles, right? And my thought process, I'm like, okay, are these two guys, did they get called by their buddy? And they're like, hey, there's a solo camper back here. We can rob this guy. We can take his van. We can, chop him up. I don't know. I really did not know what, that your mind goes in 1,000 different directions, especially when stuff like this happens. But I want everybody to understand and know one thing. I'm going to stop narrating this video, and we're going to jump into the guts of what's going on. And so right now I'm headed in towards town, where I then contemplate what the hell I'm going to do next.
Okay, so I drove out to like a very, very small town, and I'm at a four-way intersection right now, and I'm thinking about what had just happened. I'm going with my spidey senses on this one, for lack of a better term, but I've been camping twice in the Pine Barrens where I have either been stalked or tormented in the woods at some of the most remote campgrounds that you can go to. I don't know what it is. I don't know who it is. I don't know what they want. it's so frustrating to me that, listen, I bought a very expensive van to go camping and go adventuring. This is about adventure and seeing things and going to scary places, yes, and trying to find ghosts, not finding people screwing with me the whole time. I'm sitting here telling you all this as just a human. This is me to you talking. I don't understand. And I did not feel, back there at that campsite, I did not feel safe. I got on the bike, I rode around, and I'm just trying to think. I'm riding the bike, and I thought I saw a light off in the distance at first, and then I kind of turned the corner, and I'm going around the edge of the campground, and I look straight ahead. Boom, there's lights straight ahead of me. And then when I turned my light off, they turned their light off. I turned my light back on, they never turned theirs back on. And where I thought this car would have been, according to the distance of the headlights, if it would have started up and started moving, I would have definitely heard it. It was that close. Now, I don't know if the GoPro fisheye lens is going to do it any justice. I hope that it does, but it was a lot closer than what the camera probably portrayed it to be. So I got out of there. Now, I'm at a crossroads, literally. I'm at a four-way intersection stop, and I'm like, okay, do I try and go stealth camping somewhere? And I know of an area that I probably could go like stealth camp at. I don't think it's very populated. It's somewhat near a road, but it's not as, I don't know. It's still desolate, but it's more closer to like that road that I came out to earlier on the bike. So I'm just, I don't know. I don't know what to do, really. I strapped down the bike on the back with the wrong straps on each side. Whatever, I'll fix that. I'm going with my gut on this one, and that's why I decided to leave. But I might actually try and ride back through there here in just a minute. I might. I don't know. I'm gonna go and take a nice pee in my bathroom now and gain my composure, baby. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. All right, everybody. So here's an update. I went into town a lot further, like not to the little small town, but there's like another town a little bit further along, and there's a diner there on the left-hand side. So I figured I would just go in there, sit, chill, clear my mind, and then think about whether or not it's worth going back to that original campsite. And then reality started to set in for me. I started to really think about some things that I probably should be aware of. Okay, number one, there are people who, again, whether I'm at this end of the forest or that end of the forest over there, it does not matter. Like there's people out there that have been messing with not only me, but other people. So here's my next thought. It's Christmas time, right? We're coming up on the holidays. It's stressful for people. People are desperate. People are looking to take advantage of some people. And I'm not saying everybody is like this, but I'm saying that the few that are out there like this, they're the ones that you have to really be aware of. And these are the ones that you really have to pay attention to. Now, as I was leaving to head out to the first little town before I went to the diner, that right there was like, it was burnt in my brain. I'm like, okay, I passed 2 pickup trucks. They could totally be out there. I don't know what you would be off-roading an F-150 for, but maybe you do. I don't know. It's not a Raptor. I'm sure it probably could still do justice, but I passed 2 of those F-150s, right? 2 different colors. One was all muddied up, as you can probably see here. And then I get into that 4-way intersection. I record this video. Hey, it's kind of what I'm doing. I'm trying to contemplate it. And as I'm sitting there, I took the GoPro off the front, and I knew I shouldn't have done it. It is what it is. My fault, not any of yours. You can roast me in the comments all you want. Sure shit, that Ford F-150, the first one, pulls up at the 4-way intersection. Comes around into the parking lot that I'm at. It's an abandoned place, empty parking lot. Pulls in like this, goes a long way to get back to the 4-way intersection, and then goes that way. Instead of when he got to this intersection doing this, he goes into the parking lot over here, goes up even more, and then comes back really slow. Did not stop for the stop sign, like blew straight through that stop sign. So I'm like, all right, did that car that was hidden in the woods call its buddy and be like, hey, we got a solo camper back here. He's the only person we can see, yada, yada, yada. Let's do it. It seems far-fetched, but from the stories I've heard from the Pine Barrens and my personal experience, I don't think it's as far-fetched as what it may potentially seem. So now let's run another scenario. Let's say that I was stayed at that exact campsite. What would have happened? Maybe nothing. Maybe something. But that something did not feel right. Like, I'm telling you, like, my spine was tingling thinking about that car over there. There's just something was not right. Something was not right at all. And I think a lot of my intuition and my gut was telling me, like, just leave. Like, it's not worth it. You got a beautiful baby girl on the way. You've got an amazing spouse at home. Like, why are we back here at this campsite? And even before I left, Chelsea and I, we had this discussion. She's like, do you really want to go back to that campsite or the other one? Why don't you try another campground inside the Pine Barrens? And I'm like, well, you know, it's just, I know the first one, it was weird the first time, but maybe it was just like all like a weird coincidence. And yeah, it's not a weird coincidence at all, because what I'm experiencing out there is just like it is someone out there. They're trying to mess with you. I don't know if they're trying to steal stuff, hijack something from you, no clue what it is. So this roundabout brings me to where I am right now. I still am in the Pine Barrens. I am at a campground that I am not supposed to be at. I'm not a registered camper here. I'm not registered to a site, but damn it, I'm staying the night inside the Pine Barrens. And that's what I want to do. So I'm going to do it. And if I get in trouble and I get a knock on the door halfway through the night, so be it. But overall, I wanted to stay here. It's a 2.5, 3 hour drive home. I'm already here, right? Listen, I'm inside of my van, and if something happens now, and whoever the hell these people are that like screw with campers out there, unless they're just screwing with me, I don't know. I'm just here to say this. If it's meant to be and they find me, it's meant to be at this point. I'm on the east side. I'm on the campground more on the east side of the Pine Barrens, and that's all I'm going to say. But it's time to post up for the night. We actually have a rainstorm coming in. Just a slight one for about an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours tops. So, yeah, you know what? That's that. And I'm listening to my gut. And again, you know, usually me, I'm, you know, balls deep in something stupid. I'm listening to my gut for this one time. I'm just gonna see how it plays out. And it might really, really piss off a lot of you fans who want to see me like really push the limits. But listen, I will push the limits all day long with ghost activity. I've got no problems with that. That's what I like doing. That's what this channel is about. But then you tap into the adventure side of things where human interaction can potentially be deadly or life-threatening. And I don't know if it is or not, but I'm telling you, look at all the videos I've filmed on this channel. My human interaction is by far scarier to me than ghost activity. It just is, because I don't know the intentions of a human. A human can physically hurt me. And, you know, I'm not about it. I don't have proper protection because, you know, New Jersey state laws, they suck. The entire state sucks for these gun laws. And the Pine Barrens just attracts me back in. And people are probably like, oh, well, CJ, why do you keep filming in the Pine Barrens if you don't like the laws and all that? Listen, the folklore, the stories, the hauntings, the creepiness, that's what attracts me in. That's what attracts me in. The most I have is a knife. That's all I got. So I hope you all can understand. I really, truly do hope you all can understand. I promise you the next spot that I go, it's actually in Pennsylvania. And this spot in Pennsylvania in the next video is pretty epic. But before then, the next video after this one right here, it's one that you're not going to want to miss. It's one that I'm filming tomorrow night. And it's a reason why I came up to the Pine Barrens. It's on my way. And I am headed to the Honeycutt Farm. I'm going to be van camping at the Honeycut farm. I'm going to pull right up to the side of the barn. I'm going to camp out for the night. And that's that. So without further ado, I'm going to go to sleep. I might even hit the spirit talker up, something like that. You know, well, listen, I'm inside the van for the rest of the night. I'm good. I don't want to go outside. Also, I don't want to get in trouble for being in this campsite. If somebody sees this video from, you know, a government agency of New Jersey sees this video, they've already kind of got a target on my back to begin with. I'll pay for the campsite, but there's no way for me to pay for the campsite right now because their office is closed. So maybe they'll understand. I don't know. I'll go there in the morning when I wake up, but yeah, let's break out that spirit talker, baby. Maybe there's some spirits out here that know me or follow me. Who knows? I was just getting ready for bed and I realized I didn't put my thing down. The windows have been open the whole time. No, please no. God, I hate that. Oh, I hate that. There's nothing worse than feeling like you're being watched while you're sleeping. Oh yeah. Remember them pillows that I took inside of my house, the lightning bolt pillows that one of my fans gave me? They would come in clutch right now. So I ordered some really nice pillows for in here. So yeah, I don't know when they're coming in, but they're coming in soon. I ordered them from Sleep Number, so who knows when they'll get here. There's a car in the distance. I still hear planes. I don't know if y'all can hear that in the video or not. I'm hearing things. Alright, so alright, so we're just gonna run Necrometer, and I'm gonna open the window for this. I'm gonna let the spirits in. I don't know if that works or not, but
nickel.
A nickel? Oh, Nicole. I don't know why it does that.
Relentless ambition.
Relentless ambition. Okay, well, what's that supposed to mean? If there's any spirits outside this window, you're more than welcome to come in and communicate with me. Can you tell me what I'm doing right now? Like, do you know what I'm doing? That might be an animal, but there's 1000% something walking.
Spirit come.
The spirit's coming? Hey spirits, y'all can come and scare me if you want. I know it's all spooky and stuff out there and it's starting to rain too. So maybe your energy's all dialed up. Now it's like not saying anything at all. I don't know why. All right, let's do this. What am I doing right now? I'm gonna ask that question one more time. Sounds like a car. That's the fridge starting up. Come on over here and talk to me.
Thermal.
I mean that could possibly be right. What am I doing right now? I'm inside of a thermal sleeping bag. That's reaching, but I'm just saying. I'm trying to like correlate some stuff here. All of the notifications that you can hear is Chelsea. She's getting she had Instacart delivered to the house, and I don't know, the 3 notifications that went off were our cameras at home, and then she's like, just FYI, she's like, just FYI, if you're looking at the cameras, Instacart is almost delivering. I'm like, damn it, 10:30 at night. I don't question things. Happy wife, happy life, right? All right, you're kind of going silent on me now. What's going on? This is supposed to be the big and the bad and the spooky Pine Barrens. Are any spirits mob related? Can you let me know that? Fuck you, bitch! Holy fucking shit! What the hell?
Cultural landmark.
Cultural landmark, okay. Damn, that was wild. Oh no! Fuck me! No! Oh, you fucking dumbass! That's nice. I'm not going to get it. I'm not going outside this van. You got a better chance at winning the fucking lottery than me doing that. Oh my. Stupid. Stupid ass. Set my alarm here. Does anybody else set like 5 alarms? Is that just me? I got 5:50, 5:55, 6:03, 6:12, 6:21. I don't do those round numbers. Like some people put like 6 a.m., 6:05, 6:10, 6:15. No. Can't do that. It's seriously the most random shit ever. 5:55, 6:03, 6:12, 6:21, and 6:38. Just in case I don't wake up. If anything happens, I'm going to turn this camera on. If not, you'll see me in the morning. I'm going to get a nice hot steaming shower in here. Wow. Okay, so I'm filming this a couple of days after I got home, cleaned out the van, all that good stuff, and probably one of the most embarrassing things that I've done ever, and this was like weird. I mean, like really weird. I shouldn't even be telling you all this. So my plan was, I woke up that next morning, and I put a GoPro in the shower, and my eyes, I thought the GoPro was only gonna see like from like my chest up, so I'm like washing my face and all that kind of stuff on my body, and you know, I kind of recorded. It was really weird. I don't know, but I thought it would be like a cool wake up scene type of thing for the video, but it wasn't, because it actually showed damn near the whole shower. Some of y'all would have loved that footage, but yeah, no, I was you should have seen me editing that footage and like cutting it up, but here's what I am thinking. I'm thinking I rush out of everywhere always, because like the next morning I have something to do, or a phone call to go to, and or a meeting to go to, or a phone call to attend, or whatever, and I like quick hurry up, pack up, and out of there. I am planning my journeys in a much more pleasant way, where I can sleep, I can wake up, maybe even cook me up some breakfast or something along those lines. So I don't know, everybody, but listen, snow season is upon us, and where I live up here in the north now, we should be getting a lot of snow. So with that being said, I'm hoping that we get some snowstorms, but the next video that you're going to be watching on this channel is from the Honeycutt farm, and the return is here. I'll see y'all next Friday.